Hello everyone and welcome to another Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super. This is episode 54. Let's get it started. But first things first, one thing that's very notable when you start that video, it turns out that Goku, or at least the voice of Goku, actually talks about Gando Burido wa Ganda Bendaito. So that's one thing that might be kind of interesting to you. Anyways, we got the recap. For those who want to see the recap, you can just watch the previous Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super. Do I really have to tell you what happened previously? You should be already watching these Thoughts on Dragon Ball Super videos, and if you don't, it's okay. At least you can start now, and then you can backtrack day by day to actually continue on until you get to the recent one, or this one right here. But anyways, let's get started. So first things first, we got Trunks going out at sunrise, and he decides to actually meditate while floating above the lake. He's basically visualizing the battle between him and Dark Goku, and it causes him some stress. I mean, wow, he just had like major breath issues. He's like, yeah, and well, meanwhile Goku's dad is dead. Bulma's dad actually completed the fuel that is used to make the time machine go. And Pilaf actually woke up and went to Bulma's lab, or went to the previous lab, or the newest lab that they have, and well, Bulma's actually continuing to fix the time machine. Apparently she was doing that all night long. So yeah, there you go. She didn't slept a wink. And you have Pilaf, who actually dabs in the data. He decided to actually write an algorithm to actually help with a emergency shutdown or emergency reboot. So yeah, he did that, and then Bulma told him to stop, and then he did what she said, and crazy enough, it turns out that he actually did write the program, and she is happy because the program is correct. And she kind of asked the question, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm just a kid, because, well, if she finds out that that's freaking Emperor Pilaf and the rest of them are actually part of the Red Ribbon Gang that's completely dead, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but chances are that she's going to kick him out. Chances are, I believe that's what's going to happen. Well, anyways, we got May and Shu, who watches Trunks from afar. Shu actually tells May that, May, what is he doing? He's meditating, preparing for it, and Trunks actually is continuing to meditate. Crazy enough, Trunks actually spit out some blood into the lake, which is, yeah, so it's truly intense. And then Shu, well, actually, it's May decides to do it too, and she visualizes her death in the future, and she asks for a kiss. So that's what she's visualizing, is a kiss. So she was freaking out because of that, and Trunks has no idea how he will win against Dark Goku. Well, guess what? Goku, Beerus, and Whis returns. They wrecked the freaking damn tennis court. Yes, Goku and Beerus actually were stunned, and Whis actually said she miscalculated, and it was kind of Goku and Beerus to blame, considering they actually were kind of squabbling in the background, so she couldn't really calculate well. So Whis tells Trunks about the findings during lunchtime, and Trunks actually had some questions about, well, how are they not the same person, or how they are exactly the same person? I don't get it. And this is the sum up, is that they're the same being, but yeah, that. But Zamasu, who actually is not evil, yeah, so he doesn't have the evil intent in him like Dark Goku does. And Beerus mentions that he does have dangerous thoughts, and he might be treading to the point of becoming Dark Goku. Goku is like, there's no way he can become a bad guy. And Goku actually tells him that he sparred with Zamasu, and he also actually fought Beerus as well. So yeah, and Trunks is like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah, he's freaking out on that one. But anyways, Goku and Beerus actually are fighting over a plate of food. Yeah, they're completely hungry, so they're fighting over a plate of food. It's kind of funny to see that part. So you have, yeah, so Whis and Beerus decides to leave, so they're going back to their usual home place, their home planet. And Vegeta says, hey, Trunks, I want you to follow me. And then all of a sudden, they're now going to train again. Meanwhile, we have Zamasu and his duties of making tea and waiting head and foot on Gowasu, which kind of, I think it's just he's serving tea right now. So Gowasu actually watches over some primitive aliens, and the tea is bitter, and this was a teaching moment for Zamasu. Which Zamasu actually says, well, it's not my fault it's bitter, it's the freaking tea leaves. But of course, the teacher was like, well, is it really their fault? Is it really the fault of the leaves that it tastes bitter? So anyways, it turns out the aliens that he's watching over is in a planet called Babari. And he's watching over them. And, well, yeah, he's watching over them. Zamasu actually mentions that, well, maybe we can do something about this. Maybe we can clean up the place, eliminate them. And then we have Gowasu, who actually is like, oh my freaking gosh. And, well, it continues being the talk of Dark Goku. He's beginning to spout the crap that Dark Goku usually talks about. So it's like the baby version, but still he's talking bad. So going to look after the human planets is what's the deal, and the temple has files. So yeah, they decide to go in the temple. Gowasu goes in the temple, and he brings us out the time rings. Oh, geez. So there's new other things, and then they go to Babari, and there's a teaching moment, and the time rules. Yeah, so now he talks about the time rules about you can't go back into the past. It's dire if you go back in the past and everything. And then we now get to actually hear about the other rings there. So it turns out the rings that are green actually just appear. And when they appear, that means that it was born from a history being changed and different worlds were being created. Thus, I told you that freaking damn Future Trunks' world is not the future. It's another dimension. It's another world. That's what I figured, and it looks like it's true. So the green rings are kind of like rust in a way, but since they just appear by themselves, I don't know what you want to really call it. So anyways, yeah, they appear when different worlds change. And Kaishins are only able to use the rings. So Zamasu briefly got promoted to being a Kaioshin. And Gowasu actually makes a joke about, hey, make sure you put it on that ear, not that ear, because if you put it on that ear, we're going to be fused together. Do you want to be fused with me? And it's like, Zamasu's like, oh my gosh. And yeah, Gowasu just laughs and is like, yeah, good idea to keep it on that ear right there and not the other ear. So yeah, he does it, and then they travel. The society actually forms when they traveled into the future. There is still some infighting, but they actually learn how to create fire. Meanwhile, we go back to Trunks and Vegeta. So for Trunks and Vegeta, we have some talk, and then it's a flashback of Vegeta turning into Super Vegeta, and then Trunks turns into Super Saiyan, and he wants Vegeta to turn into Super Saiyan 3 so he can train. But Vegeta laughs at him, and he decides to go to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, aka Blue Super Saiyan. I don't want to say Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. I forgot what I said previously, but I think Blue Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue form. I think that's what I called it. Either way, so he turns into that, and Goku sensed it because he was asleep, but now he woke up from it, and Trunks is intimidated. Vegeta asks, where's your spirit, boy? And he's like, okay, I'll give you one handicap. You get to have one hit on me. So Trunks goes into his buff form like we saw previously in Cell Saga, which is kind of weird that he didn't use it in Dark Goku Saga. But, of course, it was just the idea of he used it to drop Vegeta's guard, because Vegeta was like, you're seriously going to use that form against me? Really? And, well, the sparring begins, and, well, Vegeta actually graded him 3 out of 10. So Goku takes Bulma out to see the training between the two, and Vegeta is beating friggin' Trunks down. Trunks fade out of Super Saiyan. Yeah, and Trunks actually knows Vegeta and Goku can beat Dark Goku, and he smiled about that. And Vegeta lectures him, saying, you should not have just defeating Dark Goku on your agenda or in one of your goals. You should also want to become stronger. And Bulma actually tries to stop Vegeta, and of course the three wombats, if I say anything bad about Bulma, will thumbs this video down faster than Superman on laundry day. So I won't say nothing. But anyways, Vegeta is like, why did you come here? And Trunks actually headbutts him. Well, he's after he decided to get out of Super Saiyan Blue. So yeah, and then Trunks headbutts him, and he's like, he will surpass him and Dark Goku. Bulma is like, hold it, Vegeta! And Trunks actually bows to Vegeta as he walks away. And of course, Bulma says, wow, you freaking Saiyans have some weird traditions and crap. Now we get back to Whis and Beerus, and this is where we're about to end this video. So Whis is cooking, and we get a phone call from Whis' scepter. And it is none other than the king above all. Beerus, after saying, what do you want? Who is this? Beerus apologizes and he breaks the table as he bows. Yeah, so he breaks some piece of the table off. And the king above all, everything, wants to meet Goku. Of course, he already met Goku before, but I guess he wants a proper meeting. So that is where we end this freaking episode. This episode is pretty good. I mean, it added some stuff to it. Yeah, and Pilaf actually is not as stupid as people think. He actually is quite smart and brilliant. I just have to say, the king above all, I really hope that they give him a very low voice or something like that. I mean, heck, why don't you get the guy, get freaking Patrick, whatever, to actually do it. I mean, either Professor X or get I Am the Tick, and you can find them both actually in American Dad, crazy enough. So, Family Guy, American Dad. Either way, that'll be a good casting call. That'll be awesome. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was very helpful for you. And stay tuned for the next thoughts on Dragon Ball Super. Have a great day.